Ooh, what's up? I forgot to refill my water bottle. God damn it! I think I might have to take a break in the middle of this just to refill my water bottle later. I completely forgot. Still have a little bit. Might be enough for half of it. I don't know. We'll see. Where do you go for the first 10 minutes of the stream? It's not even 10 minutes. It's like 5. I went to make coffee. I was, okay, let me just move screen, actually. Hold on. Oh, hi. I forgot I left the screen like this. Hi. Oh my god, I forgot I have Yujiro just sitting there. Yes, that's partially what I've been doing the past, I guess like 30 minutes or so, just been filtering out stuff and gathering informations before I start stream, making sure that I actually have stuff ready. Apple fritter. Full disclosure, I do not watch Baki. I only know Baki from like osmosis of memes. Day 1 reward is fine. The day 1 reward thing is like, I think, like something straight from the Mira Haze. Just like a way to put the images in Mira Haze. It's just like day 1 Yujiro. Aoi, thank you for the 50,000. Need to go to sleep. I have 11-hour shift later. Jesus, 11-hour. Why? Wait. But it's Good Friday. Wait, it's Friday and it's going to the weekends. Why do you have work? What the hell? But thank you for the lunch money. Thank you, thank you. $50 billion. No, it's like 50,000 rupiah. It's like how much is 50,000 rupiah now? Probably like $2.50 or something, right? ID Air to USD. Yeah, it's like $3. Yes, it's actually $50 billion. Yeah, it's like $3. It's enough to buy maybe like 2 or 3 lunches, to be honest. No legendary Ryujiro. I know, right? I'm actually surprised. I guess they're probably saving it for like a rerun or something. Like that's the only explainable reason on why they didn't have like Yujiro as an L Air. It makes so much sense. But then they ended up not having Yujiro here, which is so weird. Your haircut. Yeah, do you like my haircut? I got it just earlier. It's a bit weird. I was actually just searching for like, I don't know, I think I searched for like Yujiro hair or something. And I like the first Google image result, I think it's like Baki Yujiro hair PNG or something. The first result is a Baki hair PNG for free use. Who made these? Who made these? Not sure why it's there. Not sure why someone made it, but I'll take it. I got my coffee again. It's enough for 1 egg near me. That's nuts. Oh my god, Aoi, thank you again. I do have 2 free days, which is Thursday and Friday. If you are wondering, I'm a pastry chef. Oh, that sounds nice. Pastry chef. Pastry chef feels like some... How do I put this? It's like the dream job of like a retired person. I think no, actually, who said that? There was someone who said that they wanted to like open like a pastry shop once they're retired. I think it's Ludwig. I think Ludwig from video games. Ludwig, I think, says that they want to like open up a bread shop or something once they're retired. I might be mixing it. I'm not even sure if it's Ludwig or someone else. I think it's Ludwig, but I'm not sure. But thank you again for the 3 days worth of lunch money. $100 billion! I know, right? It's crazy. Have you ever watched or read Baki? No, I only know Baki from memes. I only know Baki from like osmosis of memes and stuff. So there's a fish stuck inside your head? I guess I can kind of see it. It's like a fish like jumping, is it? I guess it's partially because like the whoa, why is it gone? The hat like blocks the hair or something. Maybe I can make it like on top of the hat. It feels weird, but whatever, sure. Yeah, sure, it's fine. It's almost enough to buy 3 eggs. That's crazy. Oh, ow, fuck! I stubbed my toe. Ow, oh fuck. Oh shit, that actually hurts. Okay, so I I bought a static cycle. I bought a small static cycle, like a tiny one, like a small one. Oh my god, Bomber, thank you again for the $5 trillion. That is insane. It's enough for me to buy a single legend rare or something. But anyways, I bought like I guess there's gonna be like a, well, I guess it's kind of like this. It's kind of like it is kind of, well, it is kind of like this basically, like just the legs. Well, it's not just the legs. I also bought like the one with the handle and the arm, but it's like you, when they deliver it, you have to like build it yourself. I only built like the legs part. It doesn't have like the numbers part and stuff. I only, it's a very basic static cycle. I put it under my desk so that I may randomly use it. That's why I stopped my toe earlier, because I was playing with it. I was playing with it, and then I accidentally pushed the static cycle away, and it hits my leg, hits my desk. But also the static cycle, I don't know why, this feels actually way more effective than I thought. The reason why I bought the static cycle is because I want to exercise, but like I am so freaking lazy. I hardly want to get out of my chair to actually exercise or find the time to exercise. But by using this tiny static cycle and I put it under my desk, I can just, cycle anytime. I can just cycle anytime whenever I feel like it. Owie, thank you again, my goodness. I can't slow everything down at a 10% chance. We might need talents for that. Maybe with talents you'll get some extra abilities. I don't even remember what pastry talents are. It's so bad. Let me get a drink again. You're really on that grind. I mean, I don't use it like all the time, but I use it sometimes whenever I'm distracted from work and maybe I'm just like, I'm tired from work, I want to do something else, or I want to watch something. It's like, while I'm watching something, I can also cycle, right? It's very convenient. It's very nice. It is way more effective than I expected. I mean, it's not like I'm like super fit now or whatever, but like I use it way more than I expected. Is what I'll say. Go watch Baki. I don't know about that. We'll see, I suppose. Oh yeah, also, before I start, I do want to mention, hey, have you guys watched my newest video? Have you guys watched my newest video where we discover the best unit in the game? Why is it loading so long? There we are. Determining who is the best Battle Cats unit in the game. Why is it loading so long? Bro, load the goddamn page. What's going on? But anyways, yes, I've made a video about determining who is the best. Determining who is the best unit in the game. Why is the page not loading? The video is loading, but the page is not. What the hell? It's because of that? No, okay, there we go. But yeah. Spoilers, it was a cat. I do kind of want to like... I was thinking about making a stream of going into like the behind the scenes of this video. I'm glad this video is received very well, but at the same time, it's not really the most successful video. At least like view-wise, it's not that successful, but I know a lot of people really like it in terms of just like likes and comments. In terms of views, it's not that great so far. I mean, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Not compared to like my other videos, which is a shame because I still put a lot of effort into this one. I don't think I put as much effort into this one to like, you know, my usual commentary video. Not commentary, analysis video. But I do put a decent amount of effort for this one. What is your favorite video, like, of all times? That's hard to say. What is my favorite video? Seems very hard to say. I would say the closest would probably be Speed of Filibuster. But even then, Speed of Filibuster is... like, looking back at Speed of Filibuster, it's not really that great. I see you're still relevant. Yeah, I mean... I guess so. It's a bit weird to like look back and see myself and being like, yeah, I'm a relevant person. But yeah, I mean, it's just like, yeah, I don't know. I don't want to talk about that. That's weird. Weird how Luna got the Dastly ability in that video. Yeah, it's kind of hard to choose like the weapons and stuff for the cats. If you guys haven't watched it, by the way, it's taps. This whole video is taps. If you haven't watched it, I don't want to spoil it, but you know. But the like way that I choose how the units attack it's a bit difficult of a process, or maybe I'm just not used with taps because I literally bought taps. I literally like this is the first time I opened taps. I opened taps just to make this video, but. I wanted to make a... Yeah, I want to make a like a behind the scenes thing and maybe like play taps as well on stream, just to show like the design process and all that stuff, because there's quite a lot of like thoughts, like funny stuff going into the taps video. Originally, I will say originally, I wasn't actually planning on using taps. I was planning to use like an entirely different game, but I could not get the game to run, so I ended up having to choose something else. I ended up having to find another like fighting simulator game, and then I like googled up what game that you can use for like custom character fighting or whatever. And then like one of the results says tabs, and I'm like, oh yeah, I do have tabs, and I never opened it, so I might as well just try it. Yes, tabs. Did you pirate it? What, tabs? No, I have tabs on Steam. It's why like a lot of people, when I was on the like footage creation process of this video, I had a lot of like. I had some people like messaging me. It's like, yo, you play tabs on Steam. It's like, yo, you're starting tabs. It's like, yeah. Let me get a drink. Which other game was it? I was thinking to maybe save it just in case if I can get it to run on like next year, so that it can be like a surprise. Maybe. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know if I even have like would have the same plan for next year, but I'm thinking that maybe if I can run the game or something, I could try some other games. Mad that there's no Papa Luga on that video. I don't want to make too much like jokey entrance. Well, I mean, there's already a jokey entrance here. It's fucking Chicken Cat, but like the rest are generally at least great units. Cone Cat, Cone Cat is like, you might not say it's like, well, Cone Cat is a bit weird to put on like a best Battle Cat unit, right? Because like Cone Cat is really, really good, but like best Battle Cat unit, like really? Like, you want to know the only reason why I put Cone Cat in? It's because it's so easy to make. because Taps already have a cone hat decoration. Like I saw the cone hat decoration and we're like, oh yeah, I can just make Cone Cat. Like, oh yeah, this is gonna be like really easy. I'm just gonna give Cone Cat the cone hat. That's it. Worse than Chicken Cat. Cone Cat did perform really bad. Oh yeah, it's specifically Crazefish and not Manic Island. That's also because of the fish thing. Where's Crazefish? Ah, here, right? Yeah, the Crazefish is also specifically fish, purely because there's already like a body specifically for fish, and I'm like, well, I mean, Manic Island's good, but I guess Crazefish is easier to make, so I just like decided on Crazefish instead of Manic Island. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. But anyways, yeah, if you haven't watched it, go watch who the best Battle Cat unit is. It's also really funny that I saw like some people in chat already kind of like expected who the actual final true winner is. Like, there's a couple of people in chat that are already like, I bet it's this. It's like, even though they're not in the tournament, it's like, I bet like this is like the actual real winner. And it's like, wow. How'd they know? Why didn't you give Baja Explosion? I couldn't find an ability in Taps for it. The closest thing to like Explosion for like Bahamut is that there's like an ability for Explosion on death. But like Bahamut's already plenty powerful, so I was like, I don't want to give Explosion on death, so it would be like way too good. Anyways. There's something else that I want to talk about, I feel like. No, I think it's mainly just a Tabs video. I really like working on the Tabs video. It's really fun. I know a lot of people were like, wow, you put a lot of effort into this. And in a way I did. I did put a lot of planning and a lot of like time goes into creating the Tabs video. But it felt like it's not that bad. I think it's mainly because I had fun. I had a lot of fun just dressing up stupid Tap stuff and making stupid custom units in Taps. It was just a really fun process compared to like the usual analysis video where like 70% it's like really boring. It's like 50% is script writing, and then like the 40% is like editing video, both of which are like very boring process. But like the Taps video is like really fun, and there's like no script. I kind of just like commentate on the fly, so it was actually like a pretty fun video to work on. Let me get a drink. I still feel like if Dashley won in the end, a Lucas unit would have appeared to beat her himself. I don't need that. I mean, I already have a Lucas unit at the intro of the video, right? Like the intro of the video, you see like a bunch of like Red Lucas and Blue Lucas punching each other. In here. It's like there's already a bunch of like red and blue Miis. Like all of these are just Lucases. Red Lucas and Blue Lucas. Like look, that's me. That's me getting fucked up and destroyed by the Headbutter. By the way, this Headbutter unit, which is a original Taps unit, the Headbutter unit, I played a bit with Taps, right? Like I didn't just launch Taps and then immediately go to character creation. I still like try to learn Taps a little bit. This Headbutter unit is one of my favorite original units from Taps. It's so good. It's so good. This Headbutter unit just like fucking one-shots anything, and it's really cheap. It's so good. Give a Scout versus Give a Scout, basically, yes. Anyways, Version 14.3. This update, this did just come out. How it was like 2 days ago, I guess, like 1 day ago, 2 days ago, somewhere over there. A lot of these stuff have mainly been out because most of these most of the changes are just Baki. Almost all of the stuff that we get in 14.3 is related to Baki, and Baki's already out in JP. I guess technically the EN gacha is not in... Well, it's not out yet, but I hope polos don't really care about like English translation. Because it's already out in JP. I don't think surely they wouldn't care by just seeing like English translation, right? Probably. Hopefully this is fine. Okay, where do I start? Well, I mean, there's a lot of the Baki stuff, but because like outside of the Baki stuff, there's also a lot of like non-unit changes that I also want to get into. Where do I start, actually? Let me get my coffee again. Let me finish my coffee. No, my coffee's done. Actually, never mind. Go through Ultra Form first. There's just one Ultra Form though. I guess we can go to the base units first. So there's actually very little changes when it comes to like the non-Baki units. Like if you notice on my thumbnail of the stream, like hold on. The thumbnail of the stream, when I was making the thumbnail of the stream, I did notice something funny, which is that god damn it, where's my thumbnail? There it is. I noticed something funny when I was creating the thumbnail of this video, which is that there's like no cat units that are changed here. No, I mean, like, by cat units, I mean, like, the cat-like units, you know, like the round cats. There's, like, no changes to that. There's, like, no true forms of those. There's no talents of those. No new cats at all, aside from the Baki ones. Because when I was putting the stuff on the thumbnail, I was like, humanoid. And then there's, like, I guess the cats are just Baki. Aside from the Baki cats, there's, like, the only changes that we have in terms of units are just all Ubers, and it's like, that's weird. So yeah, when it comes to Ubers, when it comes to non-Baki Ubers, we got one talent, one ultra talent, one true form, and one ultra form, one of each. Let's start with Vega. Vega is a unit that I've actually used a decent amount recently. Her changes is mainly stat change. Her health increase, her attack increased. It's mainly just for about 30%, and also she gains Z Killer. I think it's a bit okay. A lot of people are very underwhelmed by this true form. I'm kind of okay with this. I do wish that her weaken is better in true form. I think it's a bit of a shame that her weaken is not improved at all. But in my opinion, I think Vega's honestly one of the best Galaxy Gals already. Maybe only dethroned by like Kana or something. But I use Vega a decent amount. I like Vega quite a lot. A tanky unit with like far-reaching LD is something that is already a really good niche. Also remember that this is stats without her strong versus ability, so against traded enemies this is like significantly higher. The 33% is sort of like like almost double of that effective health. It's actually like, it's not like super high of 30%, but given that her strong ability, it's pretty good. In my opinion, Vega's already a really good unit. And her true form, like in evolved form, she's already a really good unit. Her true form just makes her stats better. I think that's fine. She definitely, again, I do wish that her weaken is better, but like, even then, her weaken is already pretty consistent and already lasts for a pretty long amount of time. Yeah, it's like still 50-50, and it's only on the second hit, but like, I think it's fine. I think she's a pretty good, solid unit already. The change isn't that flashy, but I honestly really don't mind. I think this this true form is actually fine. Also, it's a bit weird that she just like loses the middle part of her dress, kind of like that. I had... Okay, wait, let me search for this. But there was someone that edits this picture. Hold on. Where is it? Let me search for it. I'm just gonna have to... I forgot to prepare this picture earlier. Ah, okay, here we go. This is made by Sushi, one of my mods. It's like by just like... I feel like if you cover that part, it's actually... It will actually look pretty nice. Because, I don't know, it just feels weird. Like, the tummy feels weird. I don't know how to explain it. But, like, the tummy feels, like, really forced to just be opened up like that. Like, I get it. It's like, you know, less clothes. It's sexier. But I feel like this would look better. I don't know, man. Like, just style-wise, I feel like this would look way better. Something that I miss from her original form is the eye patch. I wish you still have the original eye patch. I also think her original form's like pose is also really cool because it's very like Chuni. It's very like edgy and Chuni, this pose with like the eye and stuff. I wish they kept that in like the next forms, but it's still cool. It's still cool, but I wish it's closer to the original form. I think the original form design is like really nice with the pose and everything. It's really cool. I wish that carries on to the next form, but alas, whatever. At least Vigler gives her more flexibility in big stage. Yes, that is also true. And she also have like strong versus zombies too, and outranges Cadaver Bear. So I think it's fine. I think Vega as a unit is still one of the best. Did I say Galaxy Gals? Whoops. I mean girl spawns. Yeah, I think she's still one of the best girl spawns. Again, probably just like rivaled by Kana. Maybe that's it. But even then, like Kana's already like really good generalist. So, I think Vega. Like if I have to choose either Vega or Kana, I would probably go with Vega more because Vega is also a part tanker. And like that's a quality that is rarely had. And while she may not perform as well as compared to like Kana in a generic peon spam stage, having tank and LD gives her better usage for like, I don't want to say like gimmicky stages, but just like boss focus stages, if that makes sense. Boss focus stages where she is like is able to tank LD enemies attacks or waves or surge and stuff like that, because she does have quite a lot of health, especially with the strong versus and weaken. I think Vega's a really good unit. Her true form not being crazy is fine. I think she's still a really, really good unit. I honestly feel like Vega's slightly underrated. I don't know if slightly, maybe even more than slightly. I rarely see anyone talk about Vega, and then every time people talk about Vega, people always complain like, oh, Vega's too weak, she's not great. I'm like, I use Vega a lot, she's very nice. She's definitely not a flashy unit because her damage isn't like crazy high or whatever, but like as a utility unit, Vega's really, really good. Anyways, let's talk about Gravici. That's a cheap evolution. Oh yeah, I forgot to show the evolution cost. I feel like a lot of modern evolutions have generally been way cheaper, isn't it? Because like if you go through like a lot of the older units, these would generally be like 8s, at least like 4 to 8, right? 4 to 8 of each cat fruit. but a lot of the modern units are generally like pretty cheap in terms of cat fruits. Maybe it's a bit more expensive on like the behemoth stone sides, but on like the fruits, it's generally way cheaper. Doesn't she weaken all traits? Yes, she does. That's why like her effective health is also like pretty high, not only from the strong versus, but also from the chance of weaken. It's really good. Colossus Slayer Ubers has always have a cheap cost. Yeah, but I don't think it's just Colossus Slayer Ubers though. I think a lot of modern Ubers in general have a pretty cheap cost. Or at the very least, not as pricey as like older units. Because like older Ubers price cost is definitely way higher. This is why we have more epic fruits than others. Yep. I have so much epic fruits. I can sell them for like bajillion XP. Probably to compensate the fact that the buff gain aren't as flashy when compared to older units. That's not even true, I feel like. A lot of older units don't even gain that much. Certainly for some, like, I don't know, like, let's go, like, for example, what are some early units, like Windy? Like, I guess, yeah, I guess Windy's changes are pretty big. No, actually, Galaxy Guns is a bad example. Galaxy Guns, like, doubles all of their stats. Let me think of, like, Dragon Emperors, actually. Dragon Emperors, let me think. I guess, Megidora? Megidora. It's like slight health increase, slight damage increase, slight range increase. Well, I guess this isn't just slight. I guess it's still like a pretty decent amount. And then, yeah, like 8 green cat fruits and 4 epics. It's still kind of expensive. It's not as expensive as like some others, I guess, because a lot of others have like 2 cat fruits that are like 7 or 8. But it's still like way more expensive than I would say like modern units. Like, yeah, it does gain a lot of changes in overall like movement speed, range, damage, and health. But even then, it's like even the previous form, he's already fine. Like this stats is already fine enough. The stats is also just like slightly finer. But the true form evolution is like pretty expensive. But yeah. Next up, let's talk Gravici or Vigler, Detective Vigler. Arcane Commissioner Gravici. Which is kind of funny that that's what they name it, because Emma, Hellwarden Emma, the true form of Hellwarden Emma is also Hell Commissioner Emma, and here Vigler is Arcane Commissioner Gravici. So something about these two, I guess. Something to think about. Oh shit! I almost pulled my phone. Wait, hold on, let me. There's a bunch of cables around me. It's a bit dangerous. Ship? Hell yeah. They both are like hell. Well, I guess Gravici's not really, but like, you know, detective and police, you know. Gravici changes. There's quite a lot of changes. This is Ultra Form after all. Health is increased, DPS is increased, attack frequency is decreased. The foreswing is significantly decreased from 3 seconds to 2 seconds. Backswing is slightly longer to compensate for the foreswing. Speed is higher, and the wave goes from 3 to 5. And also has wave immunity for some reason, and Sage Slayer. I believe since this is still from true form, that means his target is only zombies, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, her base target is only zombies, but he has he still have the relic talent. So if you give the true form relic talent, you can still get the relic targeting in the ultra form. So essentially he can have a relic and zombie in the ultra form. But the ability from true form to ultra form is the same. It's still 100% chance to freeze and strong against. The main changes are just the stats and the wave attacks and stuff, and also Sage Slayer, which I guess is good for the zombie Aros question mark. That's about it. But even aside from that, his main change, I would say, is still his animation. Okay, let me go to true form first. So this is the true form attack animation. Attack. Whoop. Oh, this is a bit lagging. But I guess you can, you know, boom. But yeah, that took a while. The ultra form animation is like, boom, shorter. That's like 1 second shorter. A whole damn second shorter. It's actually pretty nice. I guess it's a bit harder to see here without seeing it side by side. But yeah, the ultra form attack animation is noticeably shorter so that he's not missing as much. It's pretty good. That's, I would say, his biggest change. Otherwise, I would say his usage is probably going to be relatively similar. I mean, he is a combo unit, so you might bring him a lot. And I guess just having the extra stats and all that stuff just makes him worth spawning more, and him being able to land more hits also makes him worth spawning more. Aside from that, I would say his usage is still kind of similar than last time. I guess you can also now use him as a wave immune unit, but I'm not really sure if this is going to be your first pick when it comes to a wave immune unit. I mean, it's fine. His stats are great. Just it's still basically just Vigler. It's still basically a true form Vigler, but better. There's not much like new usages or anything that comes out of this aside from wave immunity and I guess Sage Slayer. But again, we don't really have that much Sages yet. I guess you can use him for damage for Sage and like for Dark Dober, because Dark Dober has waves. So there's that too. Yeah, and the wave is also longer, but again, it's also like, it's just Vigler. It's just better Vigler. The only extra usage she gets is the thanks to wave immunity and Sage Slayer. That's about it. But even then, Sage Slayer usage is still like very limited. Like Zombie Ostrich, Dark Dober. That's about it. I guess he still helps in like the Dogenstein, killing Dogenstein, I guess. But yeah, it's not super crazy ultra form, but if you use Vigler a lot, especially if you use the research combo a lot, might be worth investing into, just because you're going to bring Vigler anyway, so you might as well make the unit good. It's kind of like Last Boss too, right? It's like, if you bring Last Boss a lot because of the research combo, you might as well true form it. You might as well invest in Last Boss. Also, I have a video about research combo. Anyways, wait, give me a second. Let me blow my nose real quick. Alright, anyways. Nice roll compression. Basically, yeah. It's like, it's a combo unit if you want to bring like a unit that also has wave and is more reliable now. And yeah, ultra form it might not be a bad idea. Especially if you're just using research combo a lot. You don't even have a nose? I do, it's just very small. This over Catapult or Cosmo? I would say Cosmo. I mean, I haven't tried Cosmo UF, but from what I see and from what people say, Cosmo UF seems to be really, really, really good. Cosmo UF is basically free slime. Like, it's literally a free slime generator. And slime is already one of the best units in the game. Cosmo basically generates slime every couple of seconds. His freeze is also very long. Who, Vigler? Yeah, I mean, Vigler's freeze has always been long. Vigler's freeze has always been long, so... Again, it's Vigler. Vigler's still a good unit. It's just making him slightly better. Next up, talent for Lillian. 50% chance to... I actually forgot to read about this. 50% chance to freeze for 0.5 seconds. Per level up to 60, immunity weaken, reduce slow duration, Yeah. Yeah. KG Ultra Talent. Target floating, immune to freeze, and chance for a wave attack, 20% at max, which is not much. But from what I remember... Oh man, I forgot to look this up again. But I believe... Wait, I pressed that. I pressed the wrong button. I believe this guy with the target floating... Oh man, I need to find... I forgot to find footages of it, but I believe I saw there was a footage of KG soloing Socrates. I'm going to have to look this up. But yeah, I saw a footage somewhere of KG soloing Socrates. By solo, I mean like without combo whatsoever. Like literally the only unit that this person bring is only KG. Don't worry, Lucas, I saw it, you're not crazy. I know, but I didn't have the Twitter link ready, damn it. Where is it? Where is it? I definitely saw it, but I don't remember where it is. Xcall has it in this video. Let me search. In news discussion, KG. Ah, here it is. Let me go and online video player. This is correct. Yep, there it is. So, look, it's literally just KG. It's literally just KG. Well, I guess there's also like power-ups, but like whatever, man. But yeah, KG's doing pretty well. And also, remember, he does have resist black as well. So the dark doge are also resisted by KG. So that's neat. That's cool. This is, I'm pretty sure it's probably like, you know, ultra talented, ultra form, not ultra form, like fully boosted, fully talented whatsoever. You also see the wave appearing here. It is only like 20% chance, so it's not much. The wave rarely occurs, but yes, KG does solo Socrates without any combos whatsoever. Just gotta invest talents on it, basically. Why did it freeze? Who? Socrates? Because of the Thunderbolt? KG doesn't have freeze. It's just Thunderbolt. Oh yeah, he also has freeze immunity, which also helps against Socrates, because Socrates also have freeze, right? So yeah, there's also that. Freeze immunity is not a terrible talent, I would say. It's a niche. It may be a bit more expensive than you might hope, but freeze immunity is not a bad talent generally, you know, especially as a tanker. It's pretty nice. Oh, stream froze? Is it good now? I think it's good now. You might need to refresh. Refresh if frozen. It's back? Okay, cool. We mean the stream? Wait, what do you mean? Wait, what are you talking about? I'm confused. It only froze briefly? Okay. I guess it's not bad. Yeah, because YouTube still says excellent connection, so whatever. I was talking about the freeze immunity? Yeah, because I was talking about Socrates. wait. Oh, you think I read... No, I wasn't like reading chat and saw someone say freeze and then go like, oh yeah, freeze immunity. No, I was literally thinking about Socrates. I wasn't reading chat about that. I was just straight up thinking about Socrates, because Socrates has freeze. But yeah, anyways. Yeah, it's not a terrible ultra talent, but also at the same time, you probably aren't going to find much usages out of this aside from Socrates. I mean, floating has been slightly more relevant recently-ish, sorta, not really, but floating's one of the slightly harder to counter trait-ish. It's still not a terribly hard trait, but I would say compared to like one of, you know, stuff like Reds and Angels, I would say floating's one of the ones that are less power creep. So, if you want, sure. It's not terrible, and you can definitely use it for Socrates, it's just worth it. Probably more worth than like investing in Nurse. Piatke? Thank you for the Prime sub. Thank you. And then, yeah, I think that's about it for the base units. So now we move on to the Baki stuff. I'm gonna be real with you. I'm gonna go through these relatively fast. I'm not super interested in the Baki stuff. I mean, there's only like one unit that's everybody's interested on, right? Baki Hanma. This is the main character of Baki. He attacks fast, moves fast, attacks fast, does not spit acid, whatever. He attacks constantly. It's like basically every time he finishes the attacks, he immediately attacks again. It's a very, very basic bitch uber. 44k HP, 6500 DPS, 450 range. Health is slightly on the lower side, damage is slightly on the higher side. Range is very basic, movement speed is very basic. Recharge time is pretty low, which is pretty nice. But he does not have any abilities that gives damage increase, except for 5% chance to perform critical hit, which, I mean, if you want to bet on him for some hard metal stages, maybe, whatever, he does attack fast, so I guess you can, like, one-shot a lot of metals with it or something, I don't know. But he's mainly an anti-Aku. He only has a 30% chance to pierce shield, but, again, he does attack pretty fast. This is slightly slow mode, because I'm pretty sure Mirahaze's animation viewer is slightly lagging. But, Bomber, thank you for the $2 billion Baka collab. That is true. I have not watched Baka. He does not spit acid, unfortunately. Maybe he does in the show. I don't fucking know. I saw Baki clips. Those shit are fucking insane. I don't know what the fuck is going on in Baki. Like, this fucking guy. This guy does, like, shadow boxing. And he shadow boxes so hard. He ended up, like, conjuring, like, Muhammad Ali or something. Like, no, actually, it wasn't Muhammad Ali. Who was it? I forgot who this was. No, it was Mike Tyson. he conjured up, like, the shadow of Mike Tyson or something. Let me find ones with the sub. It's like he keeps on shadow boxing, and it's suddenly like there's like a ghost of like Mike Tyson appearing, and then he starts like fighting the Mike Tyson ghost. Non-sphere, thank you for the $6 billion. Bandicut. The former heavy world champion. Where the fuck does this come from? Hell if I fucking know. It just happens. No, actually, I don't want... maybe I shouldn't turn on the audio. I don't want to, like, get copyright strike or something. But, like, he's just shadow boxing. And then suddenly he gets fucking hit by his own, like, shadow boxing, like imagination. Like, what the fuck is... I don't fucking know what the hell this show is about. He got hurt while shadow boxing, yeah. He was shadow boxing so hard. He fucking created Mike Tyson. And then... actually like fought Mike Tyson in its prime or whatever, and he kicked Mike Tyson even though it's an illegal move in boxing. That's illegal. That's right, it's illegal in boxing. Yeah, I don't fucking know what this show's about, dude. There's also this, well, Yujiro one. This is like two ads of like the same product. One is a normal Kitsune Udon one, and there's an older guy one. But instead of Kitsune, it's just fucking Yujiro for some fucking reason. I don't know. He's just there, I guess. Let me. Where's English? Yeah. Yeah, I don't fucking know, man. It's Baki's just like that. Oh wait, I forgot to turn on the music again. There we go. I was really hoping we'd get him as a legend rare. Yeah, it is weird that we don't actually get him as a legend rare. Again, I don't really know that much about Baki, but I know that Yujiro's kind of supposed to be this like stupidly insane monster that is like, he basically almost have like a plot armor of being like the strongest thing in the world. He's about as batshit insane as Baki. He's Baki's dad, by the way. He is Baki's dad. And he have like stupid ass plot armor where he just always wins every fight, and it's like his muscles are so strong, it would like destroy the world or something. I don't fucking know, but that's what it feels like from what I read about Baki. It's like his breathing is so powerful. He stops time and like jams out like bullets from guns or some shit. I don't know, something like that. The US literally signs friendship treaties with Yujiro so that the US can protect itself. Yeah, that sounds about right. But yeah, that's Baki. That's Baki, man. It's so dumb. But yeah, I think they probably are saving up Yujiro for like a rerun or something. That's the only thing I can think of. Because it is weird that like Yujiro Hanma, which is one of the most iconic character in Baki, is not in the collab, aside from being in the Beefcake version. But yeah. If he got an edit as a legendary, it would have been some of the most overpowered abilities imaginable. That is true. I did see that Yujiro, the panel where Yujiro threatens Elon Musk and Trump, that he will do bad things to them, yes. There's also one more scene that is very popular. Let me see. It's the one where they fucking eat air food. You guys probably know what I'm talking about, right? Is this one? Here it is. It's like the shadow. What? No way. It's that. Tofu? Like he makes tofu in thin air? And then he cuts down leaks from air. he makes miso soup out of air? That's crazy. And then Baki and Yujiro in the middle of battling just eats just like air soup. Look what the fuck is going on. And then Baki likes it. What the fuck is going on, man? I don't know. It's like, that's good. I don't fucking know what the show's about. Me after spending all cat food on Merc Story and Baki collapse, yes. All I can eat is air miso soup. Something but invisible. It's just straight up like imaginary, basically. This show's fucking. I don't fucking know what the show's about, dude. What's the Baki collab coming around? I don't know. I mean, JP got it pretty fast after 14.3, but Ian might have to wait for like some events to finish too, or whatever. I don't know. We'll see. I'd imagine it shouldn't take too long, because JP got it pretty fast. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah, Ian still has Merc Story. Yeah, that is true. It is possible. Well, I mean, we don't. Yeah, it's probably going to be at least after Merc, right? I doubt it's like immediately after Merc, but yeah, we at least have to finish the Merc Storia collab first and all that stuff. So yeah. Just remember Baki still in high school? Really? Yeah, I guess that sounds about right. I mean, JoJo's also kind of like that, so... but yeah. So, Baki Uber. Baki is a very basic bitch unit. It's an anti-Aku. It does attack fast, but it is RNG to break the shield. I don't know why it has a 75% chance to knock back Aku enemies. That feels a bit weird, but maybe if you want to, like, cheese... if you want to cheese... what was it called? Heinous Road? You can probably cheese Heinous Road with Baki. You can probably cheese Heinous Road and just, like, kill the bird or whatever. But even then, Baki doesn't really have that much health, so he might actually die from Malevolent Bird pretty easily. His attack animation obliterates his ankle. Sounds about right. I guess that's just the power of Baki units, man. But yeah, I do wish his health is slightly higher because this is a really low health. This feels like Twin Star tier health. How much health does Twin Star even have? Twin Star. Okay, it's not as bad as Twin Star, but it's pretty similar. It's not that far from Twin Star either. His health is definitely not high, which is unfortunate. Next up, Redsu Kaio. I believe this is the Behemoth Slayer one? Yeah, this is the Behemoth Slayer one. I think this is like the first Uber that have a built-in Behemoth Slayer, if I'm not mistaken. Because most other Ubers, they get like Behemoth Slayer from like Talons or Ultra Form or whatever. I believe this is the first Uber that actually has a Behemoth Slayer in the base unit, from what I remember. I think so anyways. Oh, kick. Backwards kick. Pretty basic unit too. It's also... His health is even lower than Baki. What the hell? But I guess his range is pretty... His range is higher. DPS is very basic. Recharge time is basic. He is strong against Red and Alien, but his damage and health isn't that high in the first place, so he would perform alright. Wait, actually, let me... let me think. If this is... Okay, I'm thinking of comparing him to... Say, for example... no, just Uriel. Or maybe not Uriel. Actually, whatever. But basically, the stats aren't that impressive. It's alright. Strong against is okay. Red and Alien, that's fine. 50% chance to freeze Red and Alien for 3 seconds with an attack frequency of 4.7 seconds. It is pretty fast. It's a pretty fast attack. I believe it is like almost constant attacks from what I remember. But it's kind of okay. It does have Savage Blow, and it's only 10% chance. It's really not that much. Even with the Savage Blow, his DPS is just okay. It's an alright unit if you want to use it against Red and Aliens, I guess. But it does have Behemoth Slayer. But like the Behemoth Slayer is like, well, he's against Red and Alien. Red, so we already can deal with Red with Courier. So against Alien, there's like what, Scissorex? But I don't think he outranges Scissorex, and he probably wouldn't do that crazy much to Scissorex compared to just using Courier anyways. But he does have a good enough range to outrange most other behemoths, like the Ahirujo and stuff like that. So, sorry, Dark Joe. So you can use it for that if you want to like beat Dark Joe fast. But even then, his DPS is still not that high, so like Behemoth Slayer's multiplier is like, well, it's like what, 2.5 is it, I believe? So I guess it's about like 10k DPS, which is pretty nice. But I imagine you can also kind of just like spam Courier Cat and still kill Dark Joe in a similar pace. I don't know. It's okay. Again, it's an okay unit. Let's just move on. Now this! This is the Uber that everybody's talking about. I'd imagine pretty much everybody have already known about Hanayyama. Another high schooler? This guy? Really? This guy's a fucking high schooler? That is insane. Yeah, so there's a lot of footages of Hanayyama out there. I probably don't even need to show the stats that much. It's like This guy is fucking insane. Hanayyama Battle Cats. Let's see. Yeah, sure. We can see 7th video. Kaoru Hanayyama, level 60. He basically is just stupidly powerful. He's pretty slow. His 350 range. He has, I believe, massive damage against Aku and also shield pierce. And also Omni Strike. Let me check the stats again. Yeah, here we go. Massive damage against Aku, 100% shield pierce, and also resist Aku, and immune to a lot of stuff. I don't think he's immune to... Yeah, he's not immune to like Wave and Surge, but he's immune to anything that can like knock back or interrupt him, because he does have a relatively slow standing range. But he's very tanky, 144,000 health. Remember, he resists Aku, so this is like what, like times 5? Again, no, sorry, times 4, because there's no Aku treasures. Times 4 against Aku enemies, which is like 560,000 at level 30 effective health, which is absolutely insane. Massive damage against Aku, so this is about like 400,000 damage at level 30 against Aku. And does he have Omni Strike? No, I guess not. I forgot. No, he doesn't have Omni Strike, doesn't he? I actually thought he had Omni Strike, but I guess not. But yeah, he does have a really long startup animation, so it is possible for him to miss enemies, but since he has like a bajillion amount of health against Aku, he can very much just tank the Aku enemies. Like, he basically just one-shots everything. It is pretty nuts. But yeah, he only has 1 knockback count too, and since he's immune to like knockback and freeze and slow and stuff, he doesn't get interrupted easily, so he can kind of just like stand there and tank a bunch of hits. Oh, yeah, there we go. He have a lot of health, and the damage that he deals is crazy high. So, yeah, he's a really, really good anti-Aku unit. Wait, there we go. Let him cook. Let him cook. Oh. He doesn't have surge immunity, so those surge does hurt him, but he resists. So, you know, there we go. Insane ass unit. Yes, he destroys Hades Road too, obviously. He basically destroys any Aku focus stage in general. The Aku Destroyer, he's kind of in a similar note to like Saito from the Ranma collab. They both are really, really good. Saito's more of a rusher, this is more of a tanker and nuker. Both are really, really good unit against Aku enemies. I would say Kaoru's probably slightly better because because Saito is mainly good against shielded Aku, but Kaoru's good against both shielded Aku and non-shielded Aku because he's pure power. He just doesn't care about surge, yeah. He doesn't have surge immunity, but he resists, so there we go. This is one of the best Aku, the best Aku Uber without a doubt. Maybe? I guess so. I feel like the problem that Kaoru have, if anything, it's just the fact that he's very reliant on you boosting him. Because if you don't boost him, he might just like die without landing too much hits or survive in the field for too long. He definitely relies on boosting, but once you boosted him to like level 50, level 60, then yes, he absolutely would be the top Aku Uber for sure. But say if you're still like you don't have that much cat fruits, you don't have that much cat size or whatever, you can't really afford investing in this guy or something, then I would say one of the best Aku Uber is still probably like Satoru. Satoru is just very reliable in general and doesn't require boosting or whatever. But if you have the ability to invest in this guy, then yes, he's definitely one of the best Aku Uber for sure. Aku Balrog with area. I don't know if that's really it. I feel like it's closer to last boss, if anything, compared to Balrog. It's closer to last boss than Balrog, in my opinion. Also, for being a 350 range unit, his cooldown is pretty high. But again, he does have like a bajillion health against Aku, so it makes sense. Benkei with different typing. I guess Benkei is a pretty decent comparison too, because he is also resist and massive damage, yeah. Yeah, I guess you can say it's kind of like Benkei, that is true. Next Uber, another basic bitch unit. Let me go attack. Oh, punch! Quick punch! This is also a unit that attacks pretty fast-ish. Attack frequency is not that high. Sorry, not that low. But it's decent enough. Once again, his health is really low. I don't know why the Baki Ubers have relatively low health for like except these two. Just only Jackhammer and Hanayyama have high health, like really high health. Everybody else have like really low health for some reason. I don't get it. I don't get it. This is a very, very low health. This is legit like twin star tier health. Why? I don't understand why the Baki Uber's health are really low, except for Hanayyama and Jackhammer. It's so weird. But yeah, he similar to Baki and what's the other guy's name? Redsu. He also doesn't have that much high of a health. 450 range as well. 120 seconds cooldown. Basic attack power is lower end side. He does deal massive damage to Red and Alien and Barrier Break, but it's serviceable against Red and Aliens, I guess. It's Tandia and Windy combined, but have like the health of a twin star for some reason. I don't know. It's not even that glass cannony, because the attack power is not even that high. Yes, it does deal massive damage against two traits, but like, I feel like a lot of modern Ubers, even with massive damage, have a higher attack power than this. Very weird. Very weird. I don't it's kind of underwhelming. Moving on, Jackhammer. This guy have the weirdest attack animation. Well, I wouldn't say weirdest. I'd imagine this is something related to Baki. But this guy, if you see his gacha banner, you see his gacha banner image, where it's kind of like fucking yelling. Well, it's not because he's yelling. It looks like he wants to bite someone. It's because he does. He literally attacks by biting. What a fucking freak, dude. Why do you want to chomp that shit? What the fuck is he eating? He's literally just fucking eating, bro. What a freak. What a fucking freak. He bites a lot? Does he? Well, let me see. Baki, Jackhammer, eating. Jackhammer versus Steak full fight. What do you mean? What do you mean versus Steak full fight? What the fuck do you mean by that? Uh-huh. 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 Well, damn, that's a pretty clean fight, I would say. That's a pretty clean fight. Jack Hanma versus Steak full fight. He's eating the air food, does he? It feels like much realer than the air food, I feel like. What is Baki even about, bro? What the fuck is this guy on, bro? Motherfucker's just chomping on the enemies. His oppressive bite strength can crush even a coconut. But yes. So, this guy is a metal killer. Which is funny because we also have another metal killer on the list later. Wait, why do I click on that twice? Did I think I misclicked something. Did I misclick this? I think I did. But yeah, this guy's a metal killer and also a zombie killer. He is a tanky Omni Strike unit. He has 4 knockback counts, so it's pretty decent, but he doesn't have like resist like Hanayyama does. He's just generally tanky, which is fine for a 380 range unit. It's pretty good. But the attack power isn't that high, especially for someone with a sub 400 range unit. Granted, he does have Omni Strike, which is pretty nice. And he has guaranteed chance to weaken, so the health is also pretty decent against metals and zombies. But his health is his damage isn't that high, so he's not particularly a crazy good zombie killer, I would say. Oh my god, I just realized he has zombie killer because he just fucking eats the zombie corpse, doesn't he? He just eats the zombie corpse. That's why the zombies couldn't revive. He just fucking ate them. You see the zombie seal? He just fucking eats the corpses, dude. that's why they couldn't revive. Just went straight into his mouth. It's crazy. But yeah, it's I don't really quite understand this unit. I think it's an okay anti-zombie, I would say. And it's also probably an okay metal unit too. Guaranteed chance to weaken metal is very nice. The weaken duration in 5 seconds with his attack frequency is 6 seconds, so it's almost perma. Probably near perma with metal treasures, I would imagine. And Omni Strike, I would say, doesn't really... Okay, here's the weird thing. I feel like out of all of the traits, metals and zombies are the 2 traits that you need Omni Strike the least. Well, I mean, maybe, you know, like, zombies also goes backwards, so yes. But like, but I mean, like, more of the piercing range. You generally don't really need piercing against zombies, because most zombies would come to you anyways, and most zombies are melee anyways, so... him hitting backwards is okay, but his backwards Omni Strike isn't even that high. So it's kind of whatever, too. Zamel and Cadaver? Cadaver, yes. Zamel, not really. Most of the time, you're not really gonna get a clean shot to Zamel anyways, and his Omni Strike reaches only plus 100. If you're like Siege Engine, that reaches really, really far away, yeah, absolutely makes sense for like Zamel, even Cadaver. But his piercing is only 100. It's not that high. Definitely good for Cadaver though, and weakening Cadaver is very, very powerful too. It's nice. And him being tanky is also good against zombies. I would say he's a pretty good anti-zombie and also an alright anti-metal. But yeah, I would say he's probably strictly going to be used for his targeting trait and probably not much else. No Pretty Woman Baki collab? Unfortunately, no. I don't actually know if there's like any girl characters in Baki that are like on a similar level. There probably is. But I don't think I've ever seen it. All I know is this dude is underwhelming. Like in the show? Or do you mean like in here? Because I feel like in here he's one of the better ones. He's probably... I feel like he's one of the better ones. Compared to most other Baki units. Baki's a sausage fest, that makes sense. Next up, so this is the Yujiro representation. This is a super rare ogre cat. This is supposed to be Yujiro because you see this back of the cat. You see there's like a cat face. It's because in the show, Yujiro's back is supposed to have like this demon face. So that's the original back of Yujiro in Baki. It's supposed to have like a demon face. Demon back. or something. I don't know. I think those are supposed to be like the lips, or I don't really know. But you can kind of at least see the eyes. I don't really get the mouth. I don't quite get the mouth. I guess there's that. I don't know, man. But yeah, it's supposed to create like a demon face. But that's why in the Baki collab, this guy have a fucking cat face. This is actually really fucking funny. So this is a beefcake variant, but it's not really a beefcake variant either. He have a 20 seconds cooldown. Just straight out, he have a 20 seconds cooldown. But he does have a 350 range, which is the usual Paris Cat variant range. Also, I want to point out the attack animation. The first form attack animation is like Beefcake, just attacking normally. The evolved form attack animation, he actually winds up for a punch. So evolved form actually has a longer startup animation, but I believe the attack frequency is the same. Yeah, attack frequency is the same. I guess this is like 1 frame faster, but the animation for the evolved form is slightly longer. But evolved form has better stats, so you're still gonna want to stick with evolved form for the most part. I doubt like the wind up isn't that long. It's still pretty short, all things considered. It's like, yes, it's slightly longer than the first form, but this is still pretty fast. So I don't think there's really any reason to like switch to first form. He's similar to Pizza. I don't know about Pizza, but I can see what you mean by that. But yeah, I would say this is actually a pretty decent unit. But yeah, no, actually, yeah, you're right. Let me compare it with Pizza, actually. That's a good comparison, I would say. Because Beefcake has a much bigger range, but also similar cooldown, right? Like, compared to Pizza, untalented Pizza at least, Pizza have lower range, faster cooldown, somewhat similar attack frequency, and also similar health. Well, no, Pizza have much higher health, but Baki, sorry, not Baki, Yujiro Cat have a higher range. But yeah, you can see the damage here is actually pretty high. And also, he has a 10% chance of Savage Blow. Not that high of a chance, but given that he is a semi-spammable unit, it's actually not bad. Is Ogre a better Cyborg? I think it's not comparable. Because Cyborg is a spam unit that relies on... that you want to use if you have a lot of money. And you want to like repel a lot of units immediately. Ogre Cat is more of a cost-efficient mid-ranger, if anything. How much does he cost? He is 1,200. Pretty... Yeah, I was this is also pretty similar to Pizza, right? Yeah, this is pretty similar to Pizza. So, it is pretty good. I would say this is actually a pretty good unit. Savage Blow would also deal like a pretty good amount of damage. It's like 36k if it's Savage Blow. Pretty nice, especially since he is a range semi-spammable unit. You can have multiple of them on the field. And having 350 range is pretty good because you can counter enemies like Arost and stuff like that. Something that you might... something that stuff like Pizza and Seafarer might have trouble with. You can use this guy to counter enemies with like relatively high mid-range. But yeah, I would say this is actually a pretty good unit. It's definitely a pretty solid super rare, I would say. Grant, maybe like his health maybe could be a little bit higher, but even then, for a 350 range unit, 25,000 health is pretty solid. It's actually a pretty solid health for someone with a 350 range. So yeah. Oh, also you have a 50% chance to knock back and slow aliens. Forgot about that. I would say this is a very weird ability. I feel like he might be better off not having these, especially the knockback. But the slow alien is nice. Knockback is a bit questionable. Otherwise, as a generalist type unit, I would say it's actually pretty good. Mesley, yeah, sure. I guess. I guess you can also use him for like Raging Bahamut and stuff. But yeah, I would say this is actually a pretty solid unit. One of the better units in this collab, I would say. And then the rest are just the basic rares. I actually forgot to check the stats of these. I believe these guys are kind of like a rusher type. Yeah. Baki Cat have a 35 movement speed. So he actually runs pretty fast. He's kind of like he's kind of like a rusher type unit. You have Omni Strike, 200 to 250, and 50% chance to knock back at aliens. The damage isn't high. It's a unit, all right. You have a Rhinoceros for some reason. I don't know. But yeah. So he is one of those units where he would run, attack, and then have a long backswing, and then runs again. One of those units. Damage-wise, not high. Health-wise, not high. You're probably just gonna use this if you want to, like, snipe some alien enemies to knock it back, I guess, question mark. This is like a Supercar Light, except it's 50% chanced and only to aliens. Triceratops Technique. I'm sure that's probably something in the show. That's probably something in the show. Moving on. Kaio Cat. This is, I think, also a rusher? Yeah. 36 movement speed. And also attacks like... yeah. It is also similar to Baki. Runs in, attacks, backswing, runs in again. This is like the fucking... What was it? Simpsons Bart arm swing. this fucking attack, dude. Just like, oh yeah. Yep, that's his attack. He's just swinging his arm. Maybe for Scissor X, I don't know about that, dude. I feel like it's probably easier to just break or blast or whatever. I don't think it's worth bringing. This is a massive damage against floating and black enemies. Wow, that's cool. 3,000 damage. 3,000 damage with 24 seconds cooldown. Yep, you're totally gonna get your money's worth. Yep. I guess it does have 250 range and area attack, so it is possible for it to kinda stack up, question mark, but yep. 9,000 damage, 12,000 damage, I guess. Maybe you can use it for like a labyrinth, early game labyrinth. I would say 12,000 damage is not bad. I would say this, well, definitely not a good unit, but I would say maybe this is worthy enough to remember on early game labyrinth if you're against floating and black. If you're in labyrinth in early game and you have a floating and black stage, this might be worth using enough, you know. Next up, I think this is the last one. Oh no, I haven't talked about the Baki rare, right? This is Doppio Cat CC. I don't think this one is a rusher. I think this one just... Yeah, this guy just walks normally. He have a pretty... Like, for a rare collab unit, his animation is pretty slick. Like, look at that spin. It's actually a pretty good animation for, like, a random rare collab. 5,000 HP, 300 DPS, hell yeah. It have LD, 300 standing range is pretty good. LD 375, 20% chance to freeze red for 3 seconds. Yeah, yep. It's a unit. Are you gonna use it? Probably not. It does have 300 range, but I don't really know what you would ever use this against. I guess you can use it for Cappies and Labyrinth. If it procs. If it ever procs, I guess. The range is pretty nice. It have LD. That's about it. Generally, not a memorable unit. Now, this one, Little Baki, I believe this is a stage drop. This is interesting because this guy is a metal killer. I believe this is the first non-Uber metal killer unit, I think. Because so far, I think all of the metal killers have been reserved to Ubers. So, this is, I believe, the first metal killer unit that isn't an Uber. Also, this is a stage drop, so it's not a gacha. This is a special cat. His metal killer is pretty weak. It's only like 5%, I believe. Yeah, it's only 5% metal killer, but, well, I guess you'll take it. The attack frequency is pretty fast. It's only like 2 seconds, so it actually attacks pretty fast. Yeah, I think it's okay. The problem with this is that his attack range is only 200, which barely outranges like Sir Metal Seal, I think. Oops. Sir Metal Seal. Yeah, Sir Metal Seal is 150. Wait, how much does Super Metal Hippo does? I think, does he even outrange Super Metal Hippo? I feel like he doesn't outrange Super Metal Hippo. No, he does. Okay, Super Metal Hippo is 170, so he does outrange Super Metal Hippo and Sir Metal Seal. His main problem is his range and also his single target. So he's not great against like groups of metals, especially if there's like metal dojos in front. But you can pair him with like Hiyori Cat to like clear off the weaker peons while Baki takes on the heavier enemy. But even then, it's like, I don't know. I guess it, like he does have like a decent recharge. He have enough range. He have metal killer, but like honestly, I feel like I wouldn't use him. I feel like I'd rather rely on crit units. I feel like something like Jurassic would kill metal so much better compared to Little Baki. I guess you can use him as an extra, but I think the crit units that we already have are already really, really good. And that this is like, oh, this is guaranteed chance. But like, dude, okay, 5% of current metal enemies' HP, right? But then like, he checked like, I don't know, like Soba Cat. This girl in true form, well, I guess true form and boosted, this guy already takes off like 100% of most metal's enemies' HP, aside from Sir Metal Seal. And even then, she already takes off like 33% of Sir Metal Seal's HP at the very least. Granted, yeah, Soba have a long attack animation, whatever, longer recharge time or whatever, but like, I think the metal units that we already have are already really, really good. And that like, we don't really need this guaranteed metal killer. It's like, I think the crit units that we already have are already really, really good. And having guaranteed chance for only 5% metal enemies' current HP is not that strong. I actually don't think it's that strong. It's good for early game metal boss like Metal Cyclone, I guess. I guess it's, yeah, you can definitely use it for Metal Cyclone. But aside from that, it's like, just use Catasaurus, dude. Honestly, just use Catasaurus. Just use Catasaurus, just use, like, fucking, Ballet Cat, just use, like, Craze Moneko and Moneko. I think those units are still way better than Baki. Yeah, guaranteed metal killer. It doesn't really matter if the metal killer's very, very low. 5% is good for the initial hits, and then afterwards it only deals like what, like 2% when the enemies are low health or whatever. It's like just crit them, dude. Just crit them. It's free shit. Don't beat them too hard. No. I get it, but I think it's just that I feel like a lot of people see the metal killer ability and go like, wow, I need this unit because metal is like terrible or whatever. It's like, first of all, metal's not even that bad. Second of all, we already have so much better crit units. That's all I'm saying. I don't think this unit is like, wow, this unit's shit. All I'm saying is I think there are a lot of people that praise metal killer way too much without even realizing that, like, hey, our crit units are already really, really good and it's probably way better than this. But yeah, anyways, that's about it for the units and stuff. There's like enemies and Baki collab stages. I'm not gonna go too deep into it. Now, on most version updates, this would be where I end it. But there's actually a decent amount of other changes that is worth talking about. One of the biggest changes is this. The other biggest change is this. Which one do I go first? Now let's talk about this first. XP stages. Every XP stages are buffed. In terms of drops, every XP stages are buffed. And some XP stages are also even reduced in energy. Like, look, Sweet XP Insane goes from 500 to 300 energy. Sweet XP Easy goes from 90 to 50. And the XP reward is increased. And now, you know how in like Colosseum and Merciless XP and stuff, you get like person chance based drop for XP. Like you get an extra drop for XP. Now Sweet XP all drops these. And I know you might be like, oh, Sweet XP is like, who cares about Sweet XP? All right, let me pull up the chart. Let me pull up the chart. So, give me a second. So this is a chart from the Reddit Discord. Wait, is this the one that I... Oh, right, yeah. Like, you see Sweet XP... why is it so low quality? Well, it's low quality, but you can still see it, right? But yeah. This is comparing Sweet XP and like XP Colosseum and like the base XP drop, average XP drop, best XP gain, and the average XP per energy. The best... one of the best average XP per energy stage is Sweet XP 1. Sweet XP 1 have one of the best XP per energy effectiveness. Only rivaled by like XP Mega Blitz and XP Colosseum. So yeah, Sweet XP is actually worth farming. Well, not really. If you're in late game, it's definitely probably not that worth farming because it's gonna take a while. And also your this isn't relying on catch-up power up and all that stuff. But like for like early game players and all that stuff, like Sweet XP is actually worth farming, which is insane. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Sweet XP is actually worth farming now for early mid-game players? But like, it's pretty good. That's actually pretty nice. Sweet XP has always been like never worth touching before. Now it's actually pretty good. This is without cat jobs and all that stuff. This is max benefit. And even then, oh my goodness, wow. Why is it so... Wait, why is it so badly quality? I swear I took like a better screenshot than this. Didn't I? Hold on. Find the screenshot. It should be here. No, never mind. I forgot to take the screenshot. I forgot to save the screenshot. Well, you can kind of see it, right? Probably. But yeah, the general max benefit, like the Bonanza and Merciless XP, is still way better. But something like Sweet XP is still like not that far off, which is pretty good. Bonanza was buffed? No, I don't think Bonanza was changed. Bonanza didn't change, I believe. The only ones that are changed are these ones. Sweet XP up until Colosseum. I believe Merciless XP and Bonanza are unchanged. So if those are the only things you ever farm, there's really not going to be that much different. This is mainly for people who are not able to beat those yet. For people who are not able to beat Merciless XP or Bonanza, then yes, Sweet XP is actually worth farming now. That's mainly the thing. This also means that, like, okay, here's the thing. I play Sweet XP Easy a lot because of the weekly mission. You know how weekly mission have like, oh, you gotta play like 5 XP stages, and I just go to like Sweet XP Easy like 5 times. So now I save more energy from doing that. Hell yeah. I know I'm not alone on that. I do whatever XP stage is on when I want XP. Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's also true. But even then, I rarely want XP. I have way too much XP all the time, so there's that. But yeah, anyways. ZL is my XP farm, so true. I'm glad they actually fixed the ZL XP drop. Oh yeah, Sphinx Corpse gains a Resist M combo. That's cool. CAT and Tricycle Cap, sure. There's this soundtrack, I don't really know. I think this is for the new... Wait, hold on. Let me turn this... Yeah, I think this is for the new dojo. They DL'd it. Something like that. Hell yeah. But yeah, that's the new dojo music. Not like all dojo. I believe this is for the new specific dojo. Before we get into that, is there anything else we want to talk about? They added new user rank rewards. 3 Ammonite Z, hell yeah. 19th lineup slot by beating 120 Meow medals. Oh yeah, they added prompt for refilling gauntlet clears with Catamins when you press the back to stage button. I have a screenshot for this. Give me a second. This is already on EN, so you can already see this as well. Here it is. So yeah, after you clear gauntlets, usually when you click the buttons on the top right, it will be like, you can't play this anymore, going back to title screen. Now, if you press that, it'll prompt this. You're like, no energy, can't go on, use 1 Catamin A, 1 clear chance will be restored. So if you wanna farm Barons, there's this, I guess. If you're a fucking maniac who farms Barons, then yes, you can do this now. I see some people are happy. I am very indifferent. I do not farm Barons, but I guess it's neat. I guess. I'm more just afraid of accidentally clicking yes. Oh, I don't think this is on JP yet, so I don't think I can talk about that. All right, all units with Ultra Talents now have 2 Talent Orb slots. So, you know how before this, there's a couple of units that have like Ultra Talents, but not 2 Talent Orb slots? Now all of those units have 2 Talent Orb slots, so no more inconsistencies in that regards. I think that's it. The only thing left is the new dojo, which is actually kind of insane. So, well, okay, this is just the stage. I guess it doesn't really explain, but let me go to the other screen real quick. So, the new dojo. Between the extreme rankings, this is Google Translate. For, I don't think we have. I haven't checked the EN translated version, but yeah, the extreme ranking stage is a ranking format stage where you can compete with others for a high score, which is kind of like normal ranking. Unlike the normal ranking stage, enemy castles cannot be attacked, and you can earn money by defeating enemies. So, unlike the usual dojos, enemies actually drops money. Also, aside from the normal dojo stuff, there's certain conditions on these dojos that gives you extra scores. For example, there's a dojo currently going on in JP, and this dojo says score bonus, attack power down. What it means is that every time you apply weaken to an enemy, you get scores. But you see the sentence here. The fewer the number of the target attributes a character has, the higher the score. For example, if you're using Emma have all traits, right? Emma can weaken all traits, but since she have all traits, the score that you get by weakening the enemy is like divided by the amount of traits that she has. So the score that you get for weakening enemy using Emma will be really low, compared to say something like Kachi, who only has 2 traits, right? Kachi, who only has 2 traits, will only have the bonus score to be halved. I believe this is only for non-talent target trait. So if your Sanzo have a weakened talent and also an angel talent, the bonus stats that you get does not get divided. It still counts as only having 1. This is lame? No, this is fucking awesome. I don't know what the fuck do you mean lame? This is so fucking cool. What do you mean lame? This is honestly such a really cool take on dojo. Instead of just bringing the usual 10 fucking units all the time to dojo, constantly just bringing Dashley and Bahamut and Konoas all the fucking time, you're actually using units that are inconvenient in dojo. It's pretty fucking cool. I think this dojo actually looks so fucking fun. Yeah, okay, so Kartoffel also explains this here. Basic Orb Dojo rules, you receive bounty from enemy kills unlike Standard Dojo. So, if you kill enemies, you still get money back. The dojo base does not attack, but you can still, like, trigger the wave from the dojo. And here, fulfilling the challenge condition scores of a base value of 2,500, which is then divided by the number of non-talent trait target the unit has. There is no limit to the amount of time you can trigger this against the same enemy. So if you weaken the same enemy over and over and over, you'll just keep on getting points. Enemy kill skills, normally there should be noted playing the condition is much more effective than killing the enemy. So, here, for example, right? No, well, let's just say here first. On Ketron's screenshot, I believe this is like a day 1 screenshot, where he uses Soap and Kachi and gains like a bajillion amount of score just from like weakening the enemy using Kachi. Because first form Kachi weakens a lot. Thaumaturge? No, remember, this gets divided by the amount of trait target the unit has. Thaumaturge targets all traits. So if Thaumaturge weakens enemies, the bonus score that you have will be very low. So you want to focus more on units that have the least amount of trait targets. Also, Thaumaturge is single target, that's true too, and Thaumaturge have a long attack animation. So yeah, you should be focusing more on units that doesn't weaken multiple traits. Try to go with at least ones that only target like 1 or 2 traits, essentially. Nala works. Nala definitely works, but Nala only... Yeah, you can... I guess you can use it for like the Sorels and Puffingtons, but yeah. You can see here too, it's like... Kartoffel get like 1 million score from using Kachi and Sanzo. I guess he's still using Emma, which I guess is still worth using, I guess. But yeah, like just using Sanzo and Kachi nets you like 1 million score. It is really funny. I think this dojo is really, really cool. It's such a dope spin of like the usual dojo, because you know the usual meta dojo has just always been like, Doron and Brainwash Legs and Baja Blast and Dashley, like fucking 5 billion Dashley, just use Dashley. And it's like, this time here, it's like, what's the meta of this dojo? Yeah, Sanzo and Kachi. Isn't that fucking cool? I sold Kachi? That is unfortunate. That's why you always tell people to always use new units. This is the drop rewards from dojo. The drop rewards from dojo is very special. So this is something that is also very new. They drop loot boxes. The dojo drop rewards are loot boxes. So you see here, 1 to 10 gets the best one, and 11 to 30, 31 to 60, and then the rest of 100. 10% you get 2 gold chests, 2 silver chests, and 4 bronze chests. And then similar is like 2, 2, 3, 2, 2, 2, and then 1, 2, 2. So yeah, you get loot boxes. These chests can contain talent orbs. And you might be like, but talent orbs are boring. Well, you see, these talent orbs are different. Because these are special talent orbs. You see, this is the drops for the golden, silver, and copper. The golden ones drops B, the silver one drops C, and the copper one drops D. What they drop are all new talent orbs. If you go to the talent orb filter in JP, or I guess it's in oh right, this is on EN now. I completely forgot. I should have just shown screenshots of EN. Why didn't I just show screenshots of EN? I completely forgot. But yeah, the ones at the bottom row here are all the new abilities. Can you see my mouse? No, I guess you can't. Let me just do this real quick. Yeah, okay. So all of these are new. You can, yeah, I mean, most of you probably already know what these are, right? This is Death Search. This is just resist wave and resist knockback. This is, I forgot what it's called. I don't know what it's called in EN, but it's kind of like cashback. It's not double bounty. This does not give you extra bounty. Instead, this one gives you the amount of the, I believe like half of the amount of your unit's cost back. Maybe not half actually. I think it depends on the grade of the talent orb that you have. So yeah, Death Search, Wave Resist, Knockback Resist, Refund. This one is kind of stupid. Well, okay, this is just Gauntlet Slayer. This is really stupid. This L1 increases the stats of the unit specifically in Stories of Legend. Not even in UL or ZL. No, specifically Stories of Legend. I don't know why that's the case. I guess it's for people who want to speed up their Stories of Legend completion? Question mark. The buff that you get from this is very high. I believe on like A rank or S rank, it's like a 50% buff on like health and defense or something like crazy like that. It's very, very high. But it's specifically Stories of Legend. Why? I don't fucking know. Yeah, it's 50%? Yeah, 50% HP and attack on S rank, thank you. So, 50% is a lot, but it is specifically only in Stories of Legend. It's kind of stupid. Stories of Legend isn't even that hard to steamroll nowadays anyway, so... Does it work on Legend Quest? That's a good question. I actually don't know. I'd imagine the answer is probably no, because I feel like that's probably going to be completely different. I don't think it does. No, I'm not actually sure. I don't wanna give a concrete answer. I don't actually know the answer to that. So the other stuff are stuff like Death Search and the cashback. I believe these only occurs like every 2 deaths or so, or 3 deaths. I forgot. I think the wait, hold on. I think this one is like per 2, and this one's per 3. No, this one's also per 2, isn't it? Okay, yeah. So this is per 2. So you get 1 proc every 2 units that dies. I believe the orb grade just you know, the higher the orb grade, the better the damage for search. And the more cashback you get. I think the max cashback is like 50%. The Death Search is a mini search, by the way. Death Search is a mini search. So yeah, you only get the effect per 2 units death. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people when seeing the Death Search are like, oh, Balrog or Last Foss. I'm more thinking of something like Gado Amigo. Something where you can just spam and dice very fast and have an ability. And I feel like Gado Amigo would be really good on that. The problem with the Death Search... let me find a footage of it again. I completely forgot to find footage of it. The problem with the Death Search... No, actually... I can't show footages, can I? I just remembered. it's unreleased content. Technically, this is unreleased content. I can't actually talk about this. I don't want to show footage just in case Ponos sees it or something. But let me just visualize it. But basically, I saw someone do a testing with Saki. So, for example, imagine this is an enemy. Imagine this as like what was it? I think it was Okame or something. And this is Saki, right? For example, Saki was here. Saki have a pretty long standing range, right? So this is her standing range. And then when Saki dies here from far away, Saki has high standing range, right? So Saki dies here. Her animation is her getting knocked back here and then perishes here. And then the Death Search spirit shows up going like, ooh, let me spawn the Search. The Search spawns like here. The Search spawns like here. The Search range is really bad. I believe the Search range is fixed, so it doesn't matter what the range of the unit is. But the Death Search range is really bad. It is going to miss a lot. It is going to miss a lot. It is going to undershoot a lot. It's very bad. So you definitely want to put this on a melee unit because you want to get them to die as close to the enemy as possible. If you use this on a range unit like Cyborg and stuff, they're probably going to die way too far, and the Surge is probably never going to land. Something like melee units would definitely be better. But again, I would say something like this is probably better on like Garo Amigo than like Balrog, because one, Balrog relies on like the strengthen, and I don't think the Surge have the strengthen. And two, what if it miss? It just doesn't do anything. Three, it's like a one-time extra bonus that might miss, and a one-time extra bonus damage is at 1/5 of Balrog's damage, remember, since it's mini search. 1/5 is on S grade, by the way. If your grade is less than S, the damage would be way smaller. It's one time per 2 Balrogs. I don't think it's that worth it. I mean, it's an extra bonus, sure, but I feel like it's not that worth it, and I feel like it's way more worth it if you want to use it on like abilities like Galo Amigo. Brocat? I guess you can have like a chance to weaken with that. Sure. Little Dark, yeah, something like Little Dark, or I also thought about Little Cow. Because Little Cow have the Aku Shield Breaker. If you somehow like need to rush in and break the shield and hope that like the Surge breaks the shield, it is possible to maybe use like Little Cow. Seems decent, but like not broken. Yeah. I think the main concern is just the range of the Surge spawn, because the range of the Surge spawn is really bad. It is very unreliable. Sanzo, maybe? I guess Sanzo could work. Sanzo have pretty low-ish range. But I feel like Sanzo, while it's alive, is already good at like applying their abilities. So the Death Surge is just like a slight extra. Meanwhile, something like Gado Amigo and Little Cow have a harder time in landing their abilities. So the Death Surge giving them extra chance to land their abilities is probably more worth it, you know? Now, the other thing is, the other thing are the resist talents. And you might be like, well, it's just resist. Like, who fucking cares about resist talent? Okay, but here's the thing about the resist talent orbs. These stuff are additive. How do I write additive? I don't know, additive. Is it 1T or 2T? It's probably 1T, I don't know. It's additive. What this means is that if your unit have wave resist, and then you add a wave resist orb, it can become wave immune. So, if your units have a wave resist or knockback resist talent, and then you apply these talent orbs to them, and then if it's high enough to the point where it can reach 100%, they become immune. So stuff like Balrog, yes, Balrog have wave resist, Junction have wave resist, Cameraman have wave resist, Ku has wave resist. All of these units, if you gave them the wave resist talent and then give them the wave resist orb, and if the grade is high enough for it to be 100%, then it becomes full wave immunity. I don't actually know what the what grade gives what percentage. Like if someone knows, please tell me. Like if, for example, you have a full 70% wave resist talent, what grade orb do you need for it to be 100%? Because I actually don't know. 50% on S, so it's like 30% on B? Is that correct? If it's 30% on B, that's actually really pretty easy to get then. 50% on S, 40% on A. Okay, so it's 30% on B. So you only need B orbs for your units to get full immunity? That's kind of nuts. That's actually pretty nuts. Knockback resist would also help for Ramen. Ramen have knockback resist. I'm not actually sure who else have knockback resist. Catasaurus have knockback resist, but you really don't want to give Catasaurus knockback resist because of Super Metal Hippo. It's actually good for Catasaurus to get knockback. Ramen can get knockback immunity. I don't know who else have knockback resist. Catalite? Catalite have knockback resist? Oh, Catalite! Yeah, Catalite knockback immunity would be good against Pusley. I'm not sure who else. Let me open BCU actually. BCU knockback resist. Well, you can't see the BCU, but that's fine. Wait, is it on like immune to knockback? Oh yeah, it is. Fucking Paladin. Robocat has it. Slapsticks has it? No, Slapsticks has full wave, full immunity, which is bad. Who else have resist talent? Oh, there's really not that much, huh? I think the only notable ones are like Ramen and Rover. That's about it. Yeah, I think the only notable ones are Ramen and Rover. That's it. Yep, that's about it. It's just Ramen and Rover. Gamirion? Gamirion have... Is it immunity or... Oh, it is also resist. Yeah, I guess it's also pretty good for like Stipnir, yeah. But it wastes a slot? I guess so. But like... yeah, it would be like your choice is either making them slightly stronger against their target traits or make them immune to knockback. I would say for someone like Ramen, it might actually be worth giving, because Ramen's already really strong against Angel, that even if he loses the like resist orb on Angel or whatever, it probably doesn't really change that much. But giving him knockback immunity means that if you're using Ramen in non-Angel stage, he would still be good on like enemies with knockback. That's what I'm thinking basically. What if a cat has like 120% wave resist will it heal from wave? I don't think so, no. It just gives you immunity basically. But yeah, I think that's about it. So yeah, once these dojos are out, people are definitely going to go all out on these dojos, because the drops from these dojos are pretty nuts. Granted, remember that even if you get like the 60% one, you don't need to like cry too hard if you don't get like the first 10% dojo, because remember 31 to 60% still gives 2 gold and 2 silver. Like this is 2 gold, 2 silver, and 2 bronze. The only thing you're missing are the bronze chest, which gives like the D orbs. Yes, you are still missing on them, but the drop rewards from 1 to 60 are not super different. It's just the bronze chest, the bronze age, the bronze James. But 60 to 100 does lose out on 1 gold chest, which can be a pretty big deal. But yeah, as long as you're 1 to 60, you'll get 2 gold chests and 2 silver chests guaranteed. It's just the bronze chest that you're missing. But yeah, that's about it. Did you see that Matt Shea give you a shout out? Did he? On what? But yeah, that's about it. I think that's about it in 14.3. I don't think there's really much else to talk about. The dojo stuff is very exciting. I'm very much looking forward to it. I think this looks very, very fun. It's definitely cool to give Kachi the love that he deserves. Hell yeah. Like 3 years ago? Okay, well, I don't really care about that. I'm pretty sure he already did that like a long time ago. What? Does the mini search on death stack with massive damage? It should, because it applies abilities. But I don't think it applies strengthen? I think Death Search doesn't give strengthen effect, but it does give stuff like crit or savage blow and stuff like that. But I think strengthen does not activate on Death Search. Can't wait for this update. Excited to see all the way people use these new talent orbs. Yeah, I think 14.3 is like a deceptively big update. Because like, I think if you look at it on a pretty basic level, most of the changes you see are really just Baki, right? Like if you go through like 13.3 updates, it's just like, it's just Baki. Like you go through it, it's just like, it's just Baki. But then you look down like the new orbs, the new XP changes. There's actually quite a big amount of like stuff going on here. It's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty nice. Would mini Death Search and Catastrophe or Chimera have a chance to crit? I feel like it should. I'm actually not sure. I think it should. Right? No, actually, I'm not sure. I actually have no idea. I actually have no clue. Strength doesn't apply to Death Search, yeah. Because I think that's what happens to... what's her name? Devil Wife? Yeah, Devil Wife. This thing. So, Devil Wide. Devil Wife. Because she gets strengthened. She gets strengthened, but the... Oh, no, wait, she doesn't get strengthened. Oh, I completely forgot. She doesn't have strengthened. Never mind. I guess we don't have a unit for it. Or, wait, do we have a Aku unit with death? Well, I don't know. But I'm pretty sure people test it and it doesn't apply. Will this be a video? Probably not. I don't think I have enough energy or time to work on, like, stream highlights. No, it's Mr. Salaboodle. Yeah, I thought Devil Wife also has strengthen. Refund orb on Little Cat? We're like, yeah, hell yeah. 30 money, hell yeah. I mean, I guess like refund orb on something like Little Eraser could be nice too. Little Cat Death Search might crit. Search crit might be funny. But Little Cat's crit isn't that good. I guess giving it area would be nice though, yeah. Does Death Search activate Search Counter? I don't think it does. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. No. No, actually, yes, it does. It does, but Search Counter doesn't... Search Counter doesn't activate Search Counter, but Death Search does activate that Search Counter, yes. Oh yeah, I guess actually thinking about it again, if you give Death Search on God of Amigo, and then the enemy have Search Reflect, then I guess it could actually return the search to the other enemies, which can be... sorry, the other cats, which can be bad, I guess. Sea Slayer Orb doesn't stack with existing Sea Slayer units. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, something they forgot to mention. These orbs... I forgot where they mentioned this. I forgot where they mentioned this, but... Oh, here. In here, it says cannot be duplicated. This is a bit of a mistranslation. What this means is that all of these cannot be stacked. So if you have, like... if you stack this... by stacked, I mean for ones with, like, 2 talent orbs. If you have 2 talent orb slots, and then you use, like, 2 of these, it doesn't stack. It only gives you the highest amount. So if you have one on S orb and one on A orb, it will only activate the S orb. The A orb is basically it's as good as not there, essentially. So if you stack like 2 of these, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. It just gives you the highest amount. It doesn't add each other. No Cosmo Wave Immune. I don't think Cosmo has Wave Resist, right? If Cosmo doesn't have Wave Resist, then yes, you can't do that. Death Search SOL and Sea Slayer doesn't stack. Cashback and the Resist Orb stack. Wait, Resist Orb stacks? Okay, but that's actually kind of nuts. Wait, Resist Orb stacks? So if you have 2S, you can just give anyone Wave Immune? That's kind of nuts, actually. Oh, okay. I totally thought this would be for all of them. Okay, so I guess you can give all units with Ultra Talents or Ultra Forms full Wave Immunity, I guess. That is actually really funny. Cashback stacks? I thought cashback doesn't stack. Actually, I have no idea. I thought cashback doesn't stack. I swear I feel like we've had this discussion before. I don't know. Oh yeah. No, actually I have no idea. Yeah, I guess it stacks. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, that's about it for this update. At least ones that I can show. The 2 things that I can't show, one of these you probably already know what this is. This one I'm actually kind of excited about. I'm kind of excited to see how people use this one. I'd imagine nobody would actually use this. The problem is this isn't an EN, so unfortunate that I can't test this. But yeah, this one I'm kind of excited about. The day 1 Yujiro phase. Is Baki collab coming in EN? Yes. We don't know when, but it's coming soon-ish. I don't know. Free is always good. That is so true. But yeah, we don't actually know when Baki collab is coming. We're just gonna have to wait. We're still waiting for Mercstoria to end. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, by the way, since we have a Mercstoria collab, that means I'm probably gonna collab with Lida again. The monthly Lida collab. Every time a collab is on, we're just like, yeah, I guess we can collab. Just having a random... It's like, you want to collab? Yeah, sure. It's coming in June? Who said that? I don't think anybody said that. Unless you're talking about, like, the iOS, iOS message thing. But it doesn't say anything about the collab. It just says about 14.4. Which is obviously probably going to come in, like, 1 or 2 months. Because that's how it always be. He needs to do stream highlights for the collab. What do you mean by that? Anyways, that is about it, I think, for this update. Again, it's a pretty deceptively big update. Aside from the aside from the Baki stuff. Well, I mean, Baki itself is already a really big deal. Baki is really big in Japan. I mean, Baki is also pretty big in EN. But it's definitely way bigger in Japan. Well, animes in general, I guess, is bigger in Japan all the time. But yeah, pretty good update, I would say. Especially the dojo changes are very exciting. I can't wait for it. I'm glad Ponos does a lot of these like weird experimental stuff. Like Colosseum was one of the more recent like weird thing that they did. Colosseum, the new dojo and all that stuff. I'm excited to see how it is in the future. I like that they like to shake things up and give like other units like more usages. But yeah, that's about it. I don't really know what else to say. I have not drank in a while. Let me get a drink real quick. Dude, I've been playing so much Monster Hunter lately. I want to play Monster Hunter again. Oh yeah, also I'm already working on the next video currently. I have a semi-draft script-ish going on. Still working on it. I haven't worked on it in a while. I need to get back into it again. I've been playing a lot of Monhun. And I also want to stream Legend Quest. I was thinking about streaming Legend Quest today, but then I was like, 14.3 just came out. It's topical. I should stream that. Legend Quest is ending in like 3 days or so. I'm not sure if I can stream Legend Quest. I'll see if I can. Because I'm at like 35 or something, so I don't really have that much left in Legend Quest, so I can definitely just stream the rest of Legend Quest. Can we get a teaser for the upcoming video? It's just another talking video. It's about Weekend. I'll just yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll just say it's about Weekend. The Weekend ability. But yeah, anyways, that's about it. Thank you for coming to the stream. This has been 14.3 review. That's all I can say about this update. Again, there are some stuff that I cannot talk about. But frankly, these aren't something that I'm too interested in anyways, so it's fine. That's about it. Thank you for coming to the stream. I'll see you later. I'll catch you another time. Also, watch my newest video. If you haven't, my video about the best unit in the game. If you have not seen that, you know, it's a pretty nice video about showing who the actual real best unit ever is. You know, if you haven't, you know, let me just post the link real quick. Whoops, that's an image link. Yeah, sure. Here, if you haven't watched it, there we go. Determining who is the best Battle Cats unit in 2025. If you haven't watched it, go watch it. I give it a pretty good amount of effort. But yeah, anyways, that's about it. It is a totally accurate way of determining who is the best unit in the game, after all. That's about it. See ya. I'll catch you another time. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Goodbye. See ya. Goodbye. See ya. Bye-bye. Goodbye. It is totally accurate. Yep. Goodbye. See ya.